Welcome to the first episode of the Greenskeeper Chronicles. I am Austin. I am going to be your greenskeeper throughout all of this. I've worked in the golf industry all of my life, all of my working life since I was 16 in Wyoming, working outside service. And that was at a private club, so it was a little different than a lot of the muni courses in that area. So I was fortunate enough to, kind of pick up on a lot of more of the professional skills and how to treat members. Then eventually I worked golf course maintenance. Actually got to work with my mom, who's worked golf course maintenance for 25 years. And that was really enjoyable. And I've always loved being outside, so outside service worked, but I actually got to go and work on the golf course, mow the grass, everything like that. Then coming down to Arizona, I was able to work in the pro shop, outside service, maintenance again. Kind of been all around, and now I've kind of made a full U-turn back to maintenance, where I am right now. And it's great. We get to work full time down here in Arizona, where back in Wyoming, you got maybe 5 good months, maybe 6 if you were lucky, depending on the weather that year and if you got any snowstorms. So golf course maintenance is, where I find the most joy in the golf industry, along with actually playing golf. But this is where I am, and this is what I like. And now I am just fortunate enough to, start this podcast to share a lot of these things with you. This podcast is here to, just have greenskeepers discuss, the good, the bad, everything in between of working on a grounds crew. I'm going to be sharing stories from our end of the golf industry, and just kind of showing how golfers can help us out, and just going through everything that I personally want all the golfers that show up, the public courses to private courses, just what they can do to help themselves out as well as us that are taking care of the golf course. And it's been I've had this idea in my head for a while now, because there is a lot of things that go into the into the grounds crew and golf course maintenance that a lot of golfers don't necessarily understand or get when they're out there playing golf, or how we get the course there, how much work actually goes into that. And because we're not out there just doing nothing. We work tirelessly to make sure that the golf course is looking good, especially here in Arizona, where golf is huge, especially during the wintertime, with the waste management in town. And this year, luckily we had the Super Bowl in town as well, so golf has been booming. So we're going to get right into it. Our first key point today, it's kind of a big one, especially during the winter season down here in Arizona. Frost delays. A lot of golfers do not like frost delays. You wouldn't think that we would really get that cold down here, especially in the valley, but surprisingly, we get down all the way into the 30s. Couple days this winter, we've actually gotten down into the 20s. And being on the grounds crew, we're lucky enough to actually work in it. First, it doesn't just affect the golfers that are trying to go out, or the management trying to get revenue. Us out on the grounds crew, like I said, we have to deal with it too on a, some days on a daily basis, where we have to bundle up. We're the ones that are out there out on the golf course, trying to get going, trying to make sure that we can get ahead of the golfers, get them out on time, and create as less delays as possible. But sometimes, when it's 30 degrees out, those frost delays really kind of get to people. They're always in the pro shop, pushing the golf staff inside, asking why they can't go. Can we go now? And just kind of hounding them to the point where sometimes, then it gets to us where we're pushed outside to try and, get out, try and, push through some of that frost, when that frost out there it's made everything frozen. It is a frost. And at different parts of the winter time, like after overseed, and we got November and December, whenever we do have a frost delay, that grass is going to be pretty, new, hasn't matured yet, and can die very easily, especially when people are just walking across their cart. Even, like I said, just the footsteps of someone can kill it just with one step. And I don't think the golfers really understand, how much the frost can affect the golf course. They want it green. When you step on frost and it kills it, it turns black. Black is not a good color for a golf course, for the grass. And we all, as golfers, we like to see that nice green grass out there and the nice stripes. We can't get that if we have to go out there and mow over it, or if golfers are walking on it, driving their carts on it. So even cart path only, that just doesn't cut it sometimes. And I think a lot of golfers, when they do get angry in going into the pro shop, they don't want to think, they're just trying to think of their tee time. So if it's going to be cold, if it's going to be in the 30s, there's going to be a frost delay. Don't play dumb. Like you don't ever know what frost is, or there was no frost in my place, or where we left from. You got to check the weather of where you're going to play. And if it's in the 30s, you got to plan on a frost delay. Call the golf course in the morning, ask ahead of time. They're there at least an hour before the first tee time. And they like to send out emails. A lot of places do send out emails first thing in the morning, really early, even before the pro shop staff gets there. Because there is good communication between maintenance and, management. And when you do get here and there is a frost delay, make sure you are staying off the grass, because it's the worst thing when, there's a frost delay, you walk out and then you see someone walking out onto the putting green or trying to get out onto the driving range. Don't do it. Ask the pro shop, or if you see an employee, outside service, maintenance, whoever, just a real quick, hey, are we able to go on the grass? We'll give you a quick answer, quick explanation why. And then sometimes if we're in the loop of how long, we know there's going to be a frost delay, we'll kind of give you a good time on when you can go out. Because the last thing we want to do is have to go out there, kick you off of the grass, make a scene at all. We're out there to try and get our job done, make sure that the course looks good for you. We don't want to have to kick anyone off or, talk to anyone, like that. It's just the last thing that we want to do. So, it's better in this instance to ask for permission, not forgiveness, because usually it's the other way around. A lot of people say, but here on the golf course, we want it to be permission, not forgiveness. And the other thing with like the mornings, especially down here in Arizona, we know like it gets warm during the day. We know that. But when you show up to the golf course in the morning, first thing, there's a 2-hour frost delay, and you're showing up in shorts and a polo. Like, I mean, yeah, you might be tough. Okay. We get it. But we're freezing out there. So when you show up in shorts, really makes us, I mean, I guess we probably are low-key jealous. But, don't show up in shorts. It's cold. Prepare a little. I mean, even if you're just wearing some like wind pants or something. I mean, you look like you're trying to show off a little. I mean, I get it. I'm from Wyoming. You wanna make sure, like when it is 40 degrees, 50 out during the winter, you will go out and wear shorts. But this is a whole different thing. That morning weather, we're out there with 4 layers on trying to, get stuff done. And you show up in shorts, we're going to look at you weird. We're going to think, that you're over here trying to show off to someone or make us feel, it makes us feel bad. We don't want to, go and, we don't want to, lost my train of thought there. But we don't want to sit there and look over at you, see you in shorts, and, we're shivering in our shorts. But, so all in all, like frost delays, it's something you're going to have to deal with no matter where you are. I mean, maybe not in Florida. If you don't want to deal with any frost delays, go to Florida. They got humidity. They got, they got that warmth. Might have to even still deal with it there. But frost delays do happen down here in Arizona. They happen, up in the north during the summer. You're just going to have to deal with it. Like I said, just call ahead. I mean, it's as simple as that. They'd rather have a bunch of people call in, asking about if there's frost delay, how long, rather than you showing up 2 hours early and sitting there hounding them to try and get out. That's what's going to help, the pro shop staff inside. It's going to help us outside. We're not going to feel as rushed, as pushed. And then we can do a better job, all in all, to get you guys out on the course in time and on the best conditions possible. So that's kind of the big thing with frost delays. Moving into our second point kind of goes along with it a little bit, because it's about busy season. Our primetime season down here in Arizona is, we start overseed in October, so we got some new green grass in November. All the snowbirds come down about December. But December all the way till about the end of March. End of March, it'll start to warm up again real good. Everybody's trying to get back home for the start of season back home, wherever that is, usually up north, because that season usually starts in the middle of April, so everybody's got to get home, get their, apartments, houses, whatever, going, and kind of get ready for that summer season. So moving into our busy season right now, where, this is late February, and we've got about a month left of like the real busy season. Golf has been pretty busy these past couple of years since COVID. So not necessarily, good for us. Like maintenance wise, we're going to be out, doing a whole lot. And, when we have frost delays in the morning and we have a full tee sheet, we start behind, the golfers start behind, that condenses the tee sheet to the point where when we start, we're usually maybe a hole ahead of where the golfers are, just trying to mow the greens. If you're fortunate enough to be on the greens mower, you're not going to really get caught by any golfers. You at least can stay ahead of them. But when you're a little more unlucky on a frost delay day and you got to mow fairways, stuff that takes a little bit longer, you are more than likely going to be caught. Today's Monday the 27th, and, out there this morning, we had a frost delay. It was 35 degrees. Wasn't the worst frost delay we've had. I think golfers went out. I think they went out on time. It was a frost delay for us, I guess, on the maintenance side. We put greens mowers out, but us that were mowing fairways, like myself, there's two of us, if both mowers are up. We got to stay around, and we actually go out on the course and go at some weeds, out in the desert areas, places that we're not, on the grass and the frost. That's going to be kind of like our first job before we can ever do anything. So we're out there in the cold no matter what. It's not like we're just sitting around waiting for the boss to say, let's go. So, this morning, got that frost delay for us. We didn't go out for about an hour and a half. We were fortunate enough to be able to, start on the back nine a little bit, where the golfers weren't, get most of the back nine done before the golfers caught us. But like I said, once the golfers catch us, we're not doing a whole lot. I mean, because it's group after group. Took me about an hour and a half to mow a par 5. And that is a long time. Especially when you don't have par 5s that are 600 yards long. If they're only 540, and these aren't wide fairways, they should take maybe 45 minutes, like half that time. So when it's busy out there, once we are done with our morning task, or first thing, the rest of the day, we're trying to move around the golfers, move around you guys, and it makes our job a little more difficult, but we try and manage. We try and make sure that we aren't trying to bother the golfers as much as possible, but the golfers need to kind of realize that when we are near them, or trying to, we're trying to get our job done. And we don't want to be bothering you, but if we don't do it, at that time or whenever, we're not going to be able to get it done, because there's always going to be someone standing on the tee box or putting on the green. And we still have to get our job done. So, don't take offense or anything if we're right next to you trying to weed whack some stuff down, or we got the chainsaw out, or trying to, like, we're mowing fairways. If we're right next to you trying to mow fairways, we're not trying to be rude. I mean, we're really just trying to get our job done, and because there's a lot to get done during the wintertime. And we want people to recognize that, like, we do need to work in front of we're going to be working near you. Most of the time you just got to deal with us that one hole. I mean, focus, hit the ball, move on. You probably won't see us again. You might see some other people. They'll be doing some different things, but just know and just try and be patient with us, because if you don't say anything, I mean, we're going to do our thing. Just know we're not trying to be rude. There are, some instances where, people, do get a little angry sometimes. That's usually the people that are trying to play well. But in my mind, if you can't kind of focus, like, that sound is there, if it's us starting a machine like in your backswing, okay, I get it. But if we have a kind of a consistent noise, or a machine is on near you, kind of like anticipate it. Make some practice swings. Just kind of feel, hear the noises around you. Because there's always going to be noises, like especially in the city. If you're not out of town, or out in more in nature, rather than the concrete jungle. You want just there's going to be noises, cars, planes, anything. So just kind of anticipate it. There's going to be noises. Just try and have fun. We're not trying to bother you. We're just trying to get our job done. And when we do, stop and wait for you, or anything, we're gonna we'll get out of your way. But we do watch people while we're out there. I mean, there is a lot of good entertainment. The things you see some people do, things you hear people say after shots. It's good to see it from the other side. When you're out there actually golfing yourself, you don't think of some of these things that you do, how it would look if someone else was watching from the outside. So, I mean, I think it's sometimes good during the winter, when you can't really get a whole lot of done, and you're kind of sitting to the side waiting for golfers to go through. And we get to watch you. We're gonna watch you play golf. We like to see people hit some good shots too. Gonna see you guys hit some bad ones. Don't feel nervous around us. I mean, we're gonna, some of the maintenance crew doesn't even play golf. They just like to watch sometimes. A couple of us that are golfers, and some of us play well, some of us don't. We like to see golf shots. We like golf. It's why we're out there. And I think as, golfers, you should take that kind of opportunity to maybe show off for us, make a long putt, put it close on a par 3, we like to see those shots, So, the people watching is, entertaining at times. Sometimes, it's, long and makes the day take forever. But, all in all, it's the busy season gets to us sometimes. It's usually the colder mornings, they get most of us. But I think the busy season, I like it mostly with all the the nice grass. We get to stripe everything out. Stripes are the most beautiful thing. Because you get to create those lines. You get to make sure that the golf course is looking that way. Because once you get a checkered pattern or anything, I mean, it really looks good. And for some of us that, make this, our career, it's what we love to look at. It's what we love to do. And we would go in every day if we could. And because making that golf course is a passion, for some of us. And it's something that we love to do. It's just a love for golf, and making the golf course look like that, and having people play it and enjoy it, give compliments to it. It's a good feeling when you can, when someone, oh man, those fairways were nice, or oh the cut placements were really good, or whatever. You can, that was me. I did that. And the thing too, during the busy season or this winter season, when we do make those stripes, or when we work out there, and then we get to go play on the golf course, if we're lucky enough, we, it makes it twice as fun, I think. I mean, because I mowed these fairways today, or I cut these cups. They're gonna be easy. All these little things, and seeing people, enjoy them while you're out there, or give you a compliment, while you're just kind of sitting there waiting for them to get through. It just makes it that much more enjoyable. Makes you want to come in the next day or work harder, get more stuff done. And those are kind of the people that we really like, or the ones that kind of come up, actually tell us that they like the course, that we're doing a good job. Makes us want to do a better job. Makes us feel good about ourselves. Leaves us, with a smile, or leaving that day in a, good mood, rather than an unhappy mood if someone's complaining or if you're too close to them. So, it kind of depends. And that's what we're going to kind of move into, like our next segment here. But we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with our last segment, and we'll fill you in when we come back. Alrighty, I'm back. We're going to get into our final segment here for the podcast. These are going to be the people that we hate and the people that we love on the golf course. It's going to come nice after, the people watching. We get to really kind of see all different types of people out there. And, coming from the last segment, we love, the people that come up and, are nice to us, and or let us, work through them. Makes our day better. We hope it makes their day better when we're, friendly back. Everybody's in a good mood, and we can enjoy, the day. Because we're out there on the golf course, even if we're not playing golf, we see you enjoying the golf course. That's going to make us happy. I think that's what we need more of, out on the golf courses. A lot of the times, people go there, to argue, or that they're trying to relieve stress. Sometimes it comes out in a good way, just playing golf, drinking some beers, having fun with your friends. That's what it's all about. But sometimes some people take it out, in a bad way. Tossing clubs, cussing all the time, and sometimes it's gotten to the point where, they take it out on us, when they see us out there trying to mow or do something near them, they want to argue with us. But, that's the last thing we want to do. We're out there just trying to get our job done. We want to make sure that, everybody else is enjoying the course. But if you come over and you start arguing with us, that's gonna make us, angry. That's gonna ruin our day. We might not want to, work as hard there. We will, but it, just makes it harder to be out there. And, harder to go out there and, want to do like the best you can. When someone's kind of put you down or made you feel like you're doing something wrong when you're not. But it's the people that, come up and give us compliments, or, joke around, or, anything that, can make us smile, make them smile, because they're just out there trying to enjoy the day. That's what we want to see, because that's what golf is all about, is, having fun, relieving some stress, getting out of the house, getting out of anywhere, any building, because, outside is the best place to be. When you're inside, you can feel trapped a little bit, and when you get to be out there on the golf course, no matter if it's, out there golfing like you, or if it's like us, when we get to go out, for 9 hours a day and mow, take care of the, the property, it's, enjoyable for us because we get to be outside. And when we do work hard and we put all this work in, we want people to take care of the golf course as well. It's it's so frustrating when you work hard, getting the greens, rolling nice, good pin placements, whatever, and then you have 100 people out of the 200 people playing that day that don't fix their ball mark when they hit the green. They take big old divots out of the fairway and don't replace it or put some sand in there. That that's going to make more work for us, and we don't want to have to do that. It makes the course look bad. When other people are trying to play, they have to fix divots and in their way they can slow down play, and or they're gonna have to putt over those, and it just makes our greens look bad when they're not. We put a lot of work into them, making sure that they're ready and at speed and real nice, for the couple hundred people that come and play each day. So people that come out, they fix their divots, they're making sure that they're taking care of the golf course as well. Again, that's something that then we don't have to do, where we can then go take care of other things. We can go and pick up all the debris that is fallen in the desert and clean the areas up that may have some trash or other debris in it. There's a lot of other things that we can do out on the golf course other than fix your ball marks and divots, because that's just kind of that standard thing that golfers need to do to help take care of the golf course. And it doesn't just help out your other golfers or it look good. It, like I said, it helps us out, because we're trying to focus on bigger issues, because that shouldn't be our job to go out there and fix the ball marks that golfers make on a daily basis. And when we have 200 plus golfers 7 days a week during the busy season, that is a lot of ball marks on each green, especially the par threes, especially on some of those holes where everybody's hitting from the same area in on like a par 4 or anything. There's a lot of divots in the fairway that just need to be filled with a little sand. It takes an extra 5 seconds out of every round. Excuse me. So people that go out and take care of the golf course, those are the people we love. Those are the people that we like to see on a daily basis and come back. But if you're not taking care of the golf course while you're out there, if you're just out there to hit the golf ball around, or and if someone comes up to you, if you're a new player, and say, hey, fill your divot, fix your ball mark, if you don't know how, if you don't know why, ask questions. Someone on the golf staff will help, or if you're out there with some buddies or anything and they might know a little better or know a little more, just ask questions. It's better to go out and do these things rather than not do them and maybe get in trouble, or we're definitely not going to like it as maintenance staff. And like I said, when people watch, we see it all the time. People hit the green, they don't even look once for their ball mark, or when they take a really big divot, they see it fly, they'll just move up to their shot, and they won't take a second guess about it. They won't think twice. So just take care of your ball marks, take care of your divots. It doesn't take a lot of time. And like I said, it helps us out so much. And moving into the last little bit here, don't complain about every little thing that we're doing. If we're doing something near you or anything, just, I mean, let us know, if it is complaining. I mean, it's kind of a tough subject for a lot of people, because, a lot of people that get into it think that it's supposed to be quiet and all that. But, golf has changed. And we don't want to argue with you. There's sounds everywhere. And we don't want to have to deal with you, because we're already dealing with all the other things like on the golf course. We'll help out if you have any questions, if questions about what we're doing, maybe, because we're out there spraying fertilizer, we're out there, putting different things on the golf course that not everybody really knows about. So, if you want to ask us questions, or like if we're not doing anything and, hey, what are you spraying down? Come at it with, don't, hey, what are you spraying? Come at it, a little, were you just trying to ask a question? Like, hey, what are you spraying? What does it do? It gives you a better understanding of what we actually do out there. Because we're not just out there mowing and then leaving. We got to do a bunch of different things to keep up with this golf course and this huge property. And we don't have time to argue with anyone. We don't have that energy. We have to keep our energy up to make sure that we can get through 9 hours of work, and then wake up and do it again the next day. So those are the type of people that we like to see, we don't like to see. We're not out there to start arguments, and we never will. Most of us, there are always a couple people that's just kind of in their nature, but we don't want to argue with anyone. We love to see people come and play, no matter if, what we, say or what you hear people say. We do like to see people out there and playing the golf course, enjoying it. But we also want people to come out and take care of it as well. Don't just think it's our job to take care of every little thing that you do, because it's not. Divots and ball marks are the two biggest things that aren't taken care of by golfers. And it's because, it's the only two things really that people do to the golf course. And this is the biggest area that golfers can help us. But I guess we keep moving on to the next day, hoping that more and more people do it. We don't necessarily see that, but I'm hoping that getting just these different things out to the public, no matter how boring some of it sounds, some of this stuff, or all of this stuff, is interesting to a lot of people. A lot of these people that are out there, mowing and working hard every day on the grounds crew. We love what we do. We love being out there taking care of it. We love seeing people enjoy the course. And, because we want to get out there and play it as well, so we want it in as good a shape possible. But there are a bunch of different things that kind of go into it. And, especially during the busy season right now, we aren't just dealing with the amount of people. We got to deal with the weather. That's always a change, because we do have the frost delays. We do have rain, at the same time. There's a bunch of different types of weather that we can get, and we just have to kind of deal with it on a, day-to-day basis. So just remember, be patient with your golf staff, and be patient with the maintenance staff that is out there trying to do their job, because it's not the easiest thing. It's not as easy as we make it look sometimes. But we do enjoy what we do. We are trying to do the best job we can possible. But that also comes down to how, the golfers treat us, and how the golfers, treat the golf course. So, I've kind of felt that as a duty of, someone that's been in the golf industry since I've been 16, it's, there's a lot of different things that golfers don't realize that go into the day-to-day operations of a golf course, and inside or outside. And outside, I think there's a lot less knowledge from the golfers, or to the golfers, and this podcast, I'm hoping it can, shed some light on what we do outside, and why we enjoy it, share some stories here and there, and, of things we see, maybe, we might see someone get a hole-in-one one day, or, hit one of the best shots we've ever seen. There's so many different stories, cool things we see people do, cool gadgets some golfers have these days. So there's so many different things that, we see, and we deal with outside and, away from the golfers, that people don't always get to see like they get to see with outside service and in the pro shop. And I think, some people and some golfers that are, really into the game, would enjoy it, and I hope, anyone that's into golf can, enjoy this podcast and enjoy, hearing about what we do. But we're trying to just enlighten everyone on what the golfers outside and, like what the golfers, they see a whole different world than we do. But, it's, especially right now during the winter, there's a ton of people that aren't from here, and don't get, the different, overseed and, there being frost. So hoping that I can enlighten you, and, hopefully you follow along on my journey as, we go through and, discuss everything that we do outside, out in the maintenance yard, and where we can, talk to superintendents, we can talk to other greenskeepers, my coworkers, as well as, other greenskeepers at different golf courses. Because I've been a greenskeeper here in Arizona, as well as in my home state of Wyoming. Totally different ball game up in the north. A lot of different things you got to do, a lot of different grasses. So hoping everyone can find this enjoyable, and hoping you follow along on this great journey, and we will see how things go. Hope everyone has a good rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one.